Hi, everyone. So today's topic is compliments versus criticism. So we all love getting compliments, right? It seems like some of us thrive on that. Little kids love, being told they're doing a good job. We all, want someone to acknowledge and appreciate and want to, compliment us, right? Because it always ends up it's feeling good. But, we also have the flip side of that is criticism. There's criticism and then there's feedback. So there's a difference between the two. And the difference is the energy that it's sent to you in and the energy that you receive it in, right? So let's talk about compliments, right? Um, sure, compliments are great, right? But what happens? How do you know, first of all, if compliments are genuine? Number one, how do you know the intention which the compliment is given to you by? Because a lot of times, compliments, people will say something genuinely nice to you, but sometimes it's also just to kind of sweet talk you or flatter you, right? And compliments are nice, sure, they're nice, but then what happens when someone criticizes you, right? That's the flip side. So how do you receive criticism? So, I've my sort of policy on this is that whether it's compliments or whether it's criticism, I always say Alhamdulillah, which basically means all praise is due to Allah, right? To God. And what I do is I surrender the compliments to my higher power and I surrender the criticism to my higher power. So, how did I get to this point? Um, I got to this point by it was a lot of trial and error, and um, it's not that um, you know. Let me finish. You don't even know what I'm talking about, Rashan. Let me finish. It's not that people um, the compliments are not genuine or the criticism is not genuine. The difference is that why does it matter what somebody else says about you, right? Why does it matter what another person's opinion is of you? Because really, a compliment is just an opinion, just like a criticism is, right? It's just an opinion of someone. Now, sure, it matters when you respect that person, and it matters because when you respect that person, then their opinion, their feedback matters to you. But I think my goal is always to come from a place of humility and gratitude and surrendering so that when someone gives me a compliment, sure, it feels nice, but I try being the key word, I try not to let it get to my head, right? And in the same token, if someone criticizes me, I'm pretty clear about who I am as a person and I know what my strengths and challenges are. And so I know when I've screwed up, what I've messed up. And I know when that criticism was justifiable or when it wasn't. And either way, I'm always just working on myself. So, sure, someone can criticize me and their opinions are just that. I don't take those personally any more than I take the compliments, right? Because my sense of self comes from within me. It doesn't come from outside. It doesn't come from people in my life, or at least I'm working on that, right? That's the ultimate goal is that my sense of self comes from who I am as an individual, how I choose to present myself in my day-to-day life, how I interact with the people that come in contact in my life, the people that I engage with. And I'm the person who is either happy at the end of the day on how I've interacted with someone, how I've chosen to show up for them, versus how I failed to show up for someone. Right? That I'm my biggest critic, and I'm also my biggest cheerleader. Um, but that's also I think it comes from I think a deep surrendering to God, surrendering to my higher power. Um, it's not easy. It's not easy. It helps not to be attached to things. It helps not to come from a place of ego, Does that mean I don't get pissed off and I don't get angry? Of course I do. If you know me, you know I get very irritated. I have a very short fuse. I can be very critical. Again, work in progress, right? But it's interesting because I've learned to let things I've learned to let things slide a lot easier and quicker now than I used to even a year ago. And so the point of this is, when someone gives you a compliment, great, accept it because obviously it was deserved. But know deep in your heart that the compliment is just that. And in the same token, when someone criticizes you, okay, look at it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Don't necessarily look at it as a reflection on you. Learn from it if you feel that it applies. If it doesn't apply, then let it go because, people project their own issues and their own wherever they are onto other people. The Four Agreements talks about this, right? Be impeccable with your words. The other one is, people, we are the main hero, of our own lives. And so for everyone that you meet, and notice this, whenever you're having a conversation with someone, I've noticed this, I want to share my part of what happened in my life and they're, want to tell me about their life and what's going on. And we are the main sort of, character of our story. And that's just everyone is the main character of their story. And so, take what you receive and understand that it's their own projection of whatever they're going through, right? Just because someone says something to you or speaks to you in a certain tone of voice or criticizes you or whatever, or compliments you, either way, don't take things personally. That's one of the agreements, the Four Agreements. Don't take things personally. Let things go because again, it's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on the person that's giving you the stuff, right? But like I said, it comes from, just surrendering, trusting, and again, knowing who you are and what you're about. So, I know that there are some of you who are way ahead and you are masters in your own right. And there are others, who might be listening to this for the first time or others who might say, well, I don't know if that really makes sense or this woman clearly doesn't understand what she's talking about. Either way, the idea is to present something that is meaningful to me. And also it's maybe just to plant a seed in some of us that possibly will grow whenever it's supposed to grow. So with that said, thank you guys. With that said, love and light, lots of blessings, and please, comment. And oh my God, my Bhabhi's watching. Hi, Bhabhi. She's in India right now. So anyways, with that said, lots of love, lots of light, blessings, and take care, guys. Bye. See if I can turn this off.